not a test. You are listening to Universal Connection Radio, where everyone is on the same frequency. Hi everybody, welcome to another wonderful episode of Star Shaman with, of course, our own wonderful Mary Dusina. Today we are, according to Mary, we're sandwiched between two eclipses. And this means that there's either of two directions to go in, but always remember that whatever you are focusing on is going to grow. Today, Mary is going to talk about all of this with us. And hello, Mary.
Blessings, Roxanne, and to all the Universal Connection Radio subscribers and listeners from my heart center chakra. I welcome all of you and thank all of you for supporting this beautiful frequency station, and Roxanne and all the people that are just positive lights in this world, as Roxanne's to her point, as we are sandwiched between two eclipses, and as we spoke about in the last show, March of 2016 and September of 2016 are our months where we will be, as Roxanne said, swinging back and forth in between both a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. So indeed, it's important to, no matter what's going on, no matter what drama or shade or challenges or choices are in front of you, the frequency and the energies that you choose with your God-gifted free will, that's what matters right now.
That is so true.
Yes,
so true, Mary. Our frequency. It's all about our vibration, how we're feeling, what we're putting out there, and, of course, what we're absorbing. And, you and I briefly touched on this. There's a lot of political stuff going on right now.
Yes. And I would like to suggest that more than I'm on this side, or I choose this, or I believe in this, or this candidate, or this part of the world, that what Roxanne and I were briefly sharing energies on was that right now, whether your incarnation happened in Australia or Europe or the United States, try to, especially with eclipses, try to back yourself up into a more hallowed light placement, because we're now coming into, this is the first breath of our spring season of 2016. It's spring. It's, we had Palm Sunday. For those of you of a certain faith, we're coming into Good Friday and Resurrection and Easter Sunday coming up just after this full moon eclipse in the sign of Libra. And Libra is one of the gentle signs. Libra is the dove of peace. And so to Roxanne's point, to our beloved host point, which way are we going to swing? It's a back and forth, to and fro type of energy. Most of you may or may not know that one of the symbols for the sign Libra at this eclipse of 3 degrees 10 minutes of Libra, early Libra, is the scales of justice. So think about when you were a child in certain generations, that at your little playground park or at the fast food restaurant's playground park, there's often a little toy called the seesaw for toddlers, for the younger children. Mm-hmm. And so it takes the support of that other participant, that other person on the seesaw. And we all, I did certainly, have experienced if someone all of a sudden abandons us or jumps off the seesaw through a distraction or just sheer, let's see what happens, because we're all kind of curious and experimenters, the other person goes wham, down to the ground. If they're up in the air and you jump off, they're going to come down to the ground too hard. So Libra reminds us not to take things to extreme. So please pause and breathe and flow to trust the process of our resonating awakening. Libra's about, would you please consider the other person's opinion as well as remaining true to thine own self. So a Libra lunar eclipse, and I must say, yes to our full moons every month, but this moonshine, this vibration that comes up strongest on the Eastern Standard Time zone, between our Tuesday and our Thursday. So the strongest day being, the actual 23rd on the Eastern Standard Time zone, and that way you guys can adjust it accordingly to whether you're in California or wherever, is that this is about, we must be able to compromise, to remember the compassion of our nature. Is there going to be drama? Yes. With any full moon, there are dramatic high tides in our energies. Now, does drama have to be shadow or the shade, as they call it now? Absolutely not. You are the divine conductor. This is your symphony of your soul, and you are the divine conductor of these energies. And Libra is opposite the sign of Aries. So I'd like to start with the 4 most enhanced celestial flavors for this particular full moon times 10 eclipse, which means that's also how much awakening, wonderful waves of awakening that you can have with a full moon. It isn't just about you succumbing to the drama or the theatrics or the elitism around you, be it the World Pulse News or in your own families or your relationships or situations. Mm-hmm. This is about how good of a light worker can you be, or a conductor of the songs of your soul, or the breezes through your mind and the whispers of eternity. Libra's about, you are so much more than just this personality or reacting to that personality. So Libra's about, can you be that beautiful concert? Can you be the melodic? Can you tune up your frequency? Can you tune in to another person without succumbing or having your own energy drained? And the best thing we can do, I feel, Roxanne, and to our beautiful listeners, is let's uplift. Let's be the energy that walks into the room or the restaurant or the business. Let's be the one that lights up the room. Let yourself be the conductor of light. Bring that beautiful bliss into the room. So if there's fighting in the home or whatever, then just be that mediator. Be the one that offers compromise, and if it doesn't work, then be the one to leave the tension, if that's
Absolutely.
What it takes.
Librans are so good at that.
Well,
they really are.
Yeah, they don't. Well, Libras are. They're the best negotiators and mediators, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Where Libra really chooses to, if I can't offer you a resolution in peace or harmony, I have to leave, because Libras don't believe in. And please don't take this as a judgment. Libras don't, the air signs primarily, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they don't want to succumb to just being entangled in arguing for arguing's sake. Mentally they see that as dropping your frequency into ignorance. Why don't we, a Libra or a Gemini or Aquarius would say, can we not resolve to get the situation right instead of getting locked down into I need to be right?
Right. And it's also important for all of the signs to remember that there are aspects of Libra in each and every one of us.
Thank you for that reminder. We are all, it's like the old Crosby, Stills and Nash song off the Woodstock album. We are all golden. We are all stardust, and we have to get back to where we're going. So yes. In your wheels, you may have come in as a Pisces or a Virgo or a Scorpio or an Aries or a Libra, but that just starts your wheel. Your solar wheel. But we, as Roxanne said, we have all 12 signs. So in all of our charts, all of you hearing this, before or after the eclipse, it's still primary information, because the solar eclipse of March 8th blooms out energies and lessons and karmic accomplishments until September of 2016. Doesn't matter if you're just hearing about the March 8th Pisces eclipse. You can go back and hear that show. This eclipse, a lunar eclipse, blooms out 87 to 90 days. So just put in your mind 3 months. So the culmination of this March 22nd, 23rd, 2016 full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, opposing Aries, is with us, strengthening and bringing to light, full moons add more light, and the darkness. This is bringing to light those things that we need to do now, soul-wise, for resolution and resplendence and ascending, bringing up our vibrations to not let any situation, partnership, or material distraction rob our beautiful soul energies. It's about trusting the process. So the themes of Libra are negotiation, mediation, compromise, And on a personal partnership level in your intimate relationships, your self-esteem. How are you compromising or strengthening your own self-worth? Libra is all about, because of that seesaw, because of the scales of justice, give and take. So this is about your emotional health in that, Libra being, the air signs being more cerebral or psychologically negotiating. Libra is about how might your patterns, your psychological patterns, or how might your belief systems or patterns from your childhood be, here we go, pun intended, eclipsing your current emotional health. So I might suggest an affirmation, because we are activating archangels. They're the messengers of peace. We're activating divine portals, door openings, gate openings of peace. So you might just close your eyes and breathe in, and something like, I invite my I am presence. I now allow the anchor of my I am presence to imbue me. So Libra's about this Libra full moon is about the bounty of spring. There's beautiful leaves unfurling. There's flower power, the radiance of the resurrection energies, the Easter energies. You know, I'm rising up from anything that seemed to be hurtful or painful. We've all had falls. We've all had losses. We've all sustained shocking, dramatic things in our life. But you know what? It's how we get back up. It's how we rise.
And there's always a lesson in each and every one of these things. It's part of who we are. There's always going to be the yin and the yang. And we just have to learn how to glide, flow with it, and keep our energy on the right frequency, not the negative, not overly positive either, because I don't know, do you agree, Mary?
Yes.
Sometimes overly positive is
annoying
and false.
It can feel pushy.
Yes.
It can feel pushy, you know. It that's so true. Well, and as I often say to my clients, you know, God doesn't always show up, Source doesn't always show up in the form that you choose to identify it with. Sometimes that illness is a pause. Sometimes that pain or that dramatic breakup or breakaway or divorce or sudden death is the actual process that slowed your frequency down enough to appreciate and not rush past the beauty of that relationship or the need to love yourself enough. Again, self-worth, self-esteem issues are coming up, especially for Libra, Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, especially for those four what we call cardinal signs out of the 12 signs. The cardinal signs begin each of our primary seasons, like Aries. It's the birth of spring. So it's Aries time. And then fall, autumn, is the autumn equinox. That's Libra time. Exactly 6 months from Aries, from spring, is fall. So for you Aries people out there entering into your happy birthday to you cycle, this eclipse is affecting you in your most significant associations. Now that might be work partnerships right now instead of just your personal, sensual, intimate life. Aries like to focus on the tension that they get from a good partner or a good partnership. So this is the time, Aries, for you to focus on where you might be getting in your own way. We're going to use that word, where you might be eclipsing. Earth casts a shadow for this to be an umbral eclipse between the sun and the moon. Earth is casting the shadow. So where on Earth might you be a bit getting in your own way, perhaps being too pushy or too dominant, because Aries is the sign of, I want to do it yesterday. Let's take action. Let's be assertive, where Libra kind of has to be talked into it. You see, they're opposite signs.
Right,
Talk about yin-yang. Aries and Libra, they're both yang. This is a yang eclipse. Aries is a masculine, yang, electrical vibration. So this isn't a mamby-pamby time. No, this is our time. Aries is being highlighted in our charts by the sun, and the moon eclipse is saying perhaps there's been too much hesitation or procrastination, or I just don't know. What if I do that? What I call getting caught up in the world of ifs is a challenge for Pisces and Libra people, because it can be, well, I could do that, but if I do that, what if that happens? And then what if that happens? And if I don't do anything, then what if that happens? So I always say to my Libra and Pisces clients, okay, you can get entangled in the world of what ifs, and that's not what a Libra and an Aries wants to do right now.
No, definitely not. It's not a good place to be.
Well, it can be the action of distraction. It can be that you get embedded in, and then there comes that self-blame. Okay, now you didn't do anything. You're too in your head. Now you didn't do anything. And again, self-esteem, worthiness. Now for Aries, I'm going to run in order of these signs real quick to Pisces so everybody gets their message. Great. So for Aries, it's all about focusing on the other key people in your life. So who do you want to talk to for the job? Who do you need to contact to resolve that situation? Who do you want to let know that you appreciate them as a friend or a parent or a child? Aries needs to focus on what is an appreciative spotlight in their life vis-a-vis that other person. Yes, it's their birthday time, and it's about trusting that all-important process of taking that first step toward a goal. But with this full moon, we're talking about this full moon eclipse, there is that other aspect that says for the next 3 months, signs, this is your theme. So for Taurus, it's in the 6th house, and that's about the day-to-day responsibilities, the daily grind, the schedule, what you need to prioritize, and it's about taking care of your own health. It's about self-nurturing. And your pets, very good time to check into, do I want another pet? Am I attending to my pet enough, or am I getting too much, caught up in work or business or the family that I'm not giving my beautiful animal totem enough energy? So it's about domestic, smaller pets. So if you have cows and horses and things, they need some socializing as well. But for Taurus, it's about, are you also allowing yourself to be nurtured? Is it that time to do the dental checkup or a little yoga or more walking or just lifting up some 10-pound dumbbells to tighten up your arms? It's about, for Taurus, it's about what might I do nutritionally or holistically and spiritually to address my ability to nurture myself and not expect that to always be on my doctor or my nutritionist or my life coach. For Gemini, it's a time for Gemini to lighten up and to play. It's a 5th house stimulation if you're a Gemini or you have a Gemini ascendant or rising sign, and I can cast your charts and interpret them for you. We can also find out which signs of the 12 are more prioritized this lifetime. So for Gemini, it's lighter, thank goodness. It's lightening up. It's this actual pretty positive lunar eclipse. So for the next 3 months, Geminis can get a lot done instead of just kind of spinning their own wheels, because Geminis they orbit a lot. It's like they just go around in these circular orbits. So actually, Geminis can get a lot done and make some great connections under this eclipse. And it's flirty. Keep it light. It's flirty for Gemini. Now for Cancerians, they're ruled by the moon. So always, no matter what sign the full moon is in, or even if it's an eclipse, for Cancerians, that's their ruling, energizing planet. So a full moon is always a strong time if you're born under the sign of Cancer, a.k.a. Moonchild. This is a 4th house vibration for Cancer, the crabs, and it's about a family dynamic, whether you're really feeling good in your current domestic environment. Cancers are going to be thinking about, do I want to move? Do I want to sell? Do I want to redecorate? Do I want to see less of that family person? A lot of Cancerians and Aquarians are going through a kind of dissolving some relationship ties. If those associations have moved into a shade zone of toxicity psychologically, and if the Cancerians or the Aquarians are getting into some self-abuse toxicity of too much drinking or too many pharmaceuticals, or I don't know why anybody uses the term recreational drugs, but if you're getting into too much of that to cope, I need another drink so I can relax. I need a glass of wine, fine. A nice little cocktail, fine. But if you've got to take the Xanax, if you've got to take the Valium, if you can't sleep without this, or you just can't not get angry without smoking the weed or having yet another drink, then you're going into a shade zone. You're going into a stressor zone of, I can't cope without my little friend.
Yeah, the dependency.
Scary. That's scary clown stuff there, because what's happening
is easily overcome, though. It can be overcome.
Well, you have to just set your intention.
That's it. And once you set it, that's it. Follow through.
Well, I think once you set it, then another really good cousin to setting your intention can come up, and that's called discipline.
Well, That's something that most of us have difficulty with, isn't it?
I think we do only until we recognize that discipline can be our friend. Are we, to your point about swinging back and forth, if we say, instead of getting irritated at, okay, you already had your drink, why can't I have another drink? Why do I have to do this? I want another drink. Why can't we just say, wait a minute, this is just about balance. I don't need to fight with myself. This is just about balance. Is it reality that I can pick up and have another shot of vodka? Of course there is, but why am I trying? What is the darkness trying to tell me? Discipline can be my friend. My goal is to better myself and not be addicted to something. So I don't need to be at cross purposes with myself. This isn't about it being a bad discipline for me. This is about me learning to recognize the strengths in the situation, to be able to see a different aspect of me. I don't want to just be locked down to be an abuser or self-abuser. I don't want to be locked into that. So I have to be the one to follow through. I need to be the one to celebrate it. Don't see it as work, or don't see it as a bad thing or something wrong with you. See it as my curiosity and my strength need to support me enough not to just succumb to one way only of coping.
Mm-hmm. Freedom.
Yeah, exactly. Let me rise in liberation. So
Yes.
For Cancerians, there could be the empty nest emotional, I got to shelter in place and adjust it. I don't want to be overly emotionally dependent or incestuous with that parent or that child or whatever. I need to stop leaning on someone else to make me feel better about myself, or I need to face my own potential, emotional gaps or loneliness. Again, I'm going to go back to the theme of Libra: self-worth, self-nurturing, self-esteem. So for Cancers, it's about then declutter, clean your homes, improve your homes, get it ready for sale. Go look at other neighborhoods or apartments or condos or cities so it'll help you understand that you do or you do not like where you're at. But to say there might not be some repairs with a full moon at home or some needed money to be spent to improve the home, I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you that a full moon eclipse can't bring up some issues where you live, where you shelter in place that might need some improvement.
Great.
For Leo, again, like Gemini, it's more of an uplifting vibrations. Leos can, if they'll focus a bit on how they're communicating, how they're saying what they're saying. Is there some new skill set that you'd like to learn? Do you want to go put some eggshells and some coffee grounds in your tomato plants or the herbs that you want to grow this year? Learn a little bit about effective nutritional gardening or something. So Leos are they're kind of eager to learn a skill set right now. It's a perfect time for introducing themselves to that seminar or that class or some, listening to Universal Connection Radio light stories and some
Yes.
meditations. And again, letting those words, when it comes to communication, it's the words you listen to. We listen when we learn.
Yes,
we learn when we listen.
We do.
And it's about like you said, about what are you focusing on? Let those inspirational talks or words or what you're reading on a blog or a video blog, a vlog, as they call it, VLOG. Leos, they come onto the planet to spread sunshine, laughter, and joy. So those lions and lionesses out there, you're the one that's going to be kind of like the verbal ambassador. So maybe it's because of your encouragement that you're planting seeds of light for other people. So I'd like to call upon the Leos out there to be our ambassadors for the month of March going into June, to be those people that give that brighter option or that brighter perspective.
Beautiful.
And thank you for that. If you're a Virgo, Virgos are focusing, they're an earth sign, and they're focusing right now on what needs to be organized in their material world. It's not just money. For Virgo, it's about their top 10 list, prioritizing who or what they value. And I absolutely am going to tell you again, it's not just about the gold, the silver, or the paper currency or the bitcoins of any of it. It's not just about the bank account or how you're spending or what's being spent. I'd like to say to Virgos, it's also about investing in yourself to see, is your energy getting spent? Are you moving into exhausting your own energy, life force account? So with Virgos, it always works if you talk in investment terms, if you talk in banking or accounting terms with a Virgo or a Capricorn, they understand it better.
Yeah.
So for both Virgos and Capricorns right now, it's about prioritizing your values. And, what do I value in my life right now? And I've been prioritizing that. Maybe I need to look at the value of some more quality downtime for me, home time for me, or spending time with my clients. If you're a real estate agent, or really listening to my clients' needs. So if you're Virgo, Capricorn, that's orbiting around you right now. Libra, it's the full moon eclipses in your sign, baby. Yeah. It's in your sign. So you will not have an easier time by avoiding the confrontations that need to be addressed. Now, when I say the word confrontation, I can feel Libras going, no. No. With confrontations can be beautiful sit-downs with high tea and some essential oils, and, it's like, I'd love to sit and have lunch with you and bloom this out and give more of a specific understanding of this. So if you're afraid of confrontations, Libra, then give the other person audience. Let them vent. Let them talk and let them share, and then come back with that great celestial signature that you have of being able to mediate and negotiate and offer a multiple array of options.
Right.
That's the Libra moon strength. Give another option, because haven't you noticed with humans, Roxanne, sometimes we either A, fear or resist change.
Always.
Yeah, and
One or the other.
Right. So instead, this full moon eclipse is saying it's Libra. It's the scales of justice. So Libras that in your life right now, you might notice that for once, they're resisting change, or they seem to be afraid of confronting a change, because normally they're the ones that say, well, did you consider this? Well, what about this option? Well, the full moon eclipse is in Libra. So for the next 87 to 90 days, it might be the Libras out there going, I just don't know what I'm going to do. It's like, wait a minute. You're the ambassador of always offering additional options. There's always choice. Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely.
Now, so your Libra people that might be a little off kilter, so you might return the favor when they've offered you some other options. And here's what works under a Libra eclipse, regardless of your sign: music. Music, sounds of nature, the wind through the trees, the happy songbirds, the little kitten, the new life that's happening.
Yes, the
walking by the edge
of the beautiful.
Yes, it's a season it's spring in the northern hemisphere. So get out and hear the sounds of nature and search on, for the frequencies that seem to resonate with you. That you'll feel it. You'll feel your energy coming up when you've hit that right song. And I try to do that on my Facebook page. Here's the energy sounds for this eclipse or for this sign. I try to do that on my Facebook page. The public one is called Cosmic Cowgirl, even though I'm your star shaman. So yes. I try to do that. It's okay. It's a full moon. Here's the one that resonated for me for this particular full moon. But I digress. Scorpio. Now, of all the signs, this is a very psychic, mystery-filled, dreams, visions, intuitive strengthening time for Scorpios if they play it on the positive side.
Okay.
On the shadow side for Scorpio, the things that can kind of make you grumble, or kind of like be the little surly Tasmanian devil kind of thing, Scorpios need to stay focused on, okay, there's an issue that you have to deal with. I guess I want to say to Scorpios, this too shall pass.
Right.
This too shall pass. So Scorpio is the opposite sign of Taurus, where Taurus is taking care of their physical health and self-nurturing. For Scorpios, they need to realize they're the captains of their ships. And as a captain, they need to make sure they're steering the ship, the relationships, in deep enough waters. So the Scorpio needs to maintain the position of captain of their own ship, their own relationship with their psyche, with their soul, with their mental attitude. It's a bit of a challenge for Scorpio right now because there may be things that are trying to pick at them. Scorpios are not going to be so readily available to criticism right now. So if you're involved with a Scorpio or you are a Scorpio, I just want to say keep looking up. If you have a Scorpio as a primary relationship, then be very supportive to them right now. Go that extra touch, that extra mile to fix their favorite meal or let them know they're appreciated or say, I already put your fresh towels in the bath and drew the bath for you. I just want you to know that in my life you rock.
Yeah,
you rock.
Definitely. I think that's a good way with Scorpio in general. Well, with everyone in general. It's nice to show your appreciation.
You're right. But at a full moon, Roxanne, at a full moon, there's one sign that's always a little more challenged, psychically or psychologically, and that shifts every month. So I'm glad you brought that up. It shifts every month. And for this month, it's Scorpio. So all of you out there that have a Scorpio parent or child or mate or friend, this is where you want to celebrate them. And so, because Scorpios and Leos carry a lot more on their shoulders psychologically than most signs. They're leader signs, so they can do it.
Yeah.
You know, where Pisces and Libra and Cancer tend to internalize it more. You know, they tend to suppress or repress, and I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that as an instructional, spiritual, psyche, soul lesson 101. Scorpios, they work a lot of it out in silence, often to where their partner's going, is there something wrong? Can I help you with this? Do you just need some time alone? I'm not saying, you know, it's all about me. So for Scorpios, soft touch, create some soft landings and some pleasurable moments for them without being attached to the outcome. Like, don't need that Scorpio to go, oh, that was so nice of you. I love you for that. Just do it for the sake of doing it. That's the gift.
Yes.
That's the gift.
That's the gift.
And for Sagittarius, it's about new friends, social flowers blooming in your life, being able to let those ever so important philosophical conversations that Sagittarians like, they can take place now. You've got a great platform to get on your soapbox and make your point. Capricorn, it's all about contacts and business. Aquarius, we touched on before we finish up with Pisces. Aquarius is about taking the higher truth. Steve Winwood's song with Shaka Khan, higher, I will wait for it. Higher love. It's about divine love, the archway, and the overarching presence of your angelic messengers, and how you're creating portals of sacred downloads and crystalline energies. I would say with Aquarius, work with your crystals, work with color. You know, do not let other people poke the tiger in the cage with their frequencies that want to distract you through annoyance. No. Aquarians need to be the humanitarians that they are and get out there and bust a move. And Pisces, our last but certainly not least sign, it's the 8th house. Now, to finish with Pisces was our solar eclipse, the top part of our sandwich. Mm-hmm. Pisces was the top piece of bread. On March 8th, it's blooming, it's unfurling, it's manifesting and teaching and loving us into new higher awarenesses all the way into September's eclipses of 2012. So all the way to September, we have the Pisces energy of like, okay, where are your potential easy way out addictions? What better choices could you be making? Quit falling back on just that choice to cope through struggle or stressors. Pisces and Virgo are service signs, and so they need to be in service to mankind. Does that mean you neglect yourself? Absolutely not. If you get weak or you get drained, and the Pisces part of our charts, all of us now have this Pisces celestial flavor. So if wherever Pisces falls in your birth chart, in your celestial map, is where you are to be more thoughtful of giving service and light and kindness and action, compassion and action, more than expecting for yourself in that one area, that one region of your star map. And each one of the 12 houses has a story to tell, a theme that can give you advantage in this world. So for Pisces, it's the 8th house, and that's about the grand mysteries, the silent infusion of the supernatural and the divine. And I might add, just so we cover it, the darkness and the hell regions that can happen if we take the dark path, if we allow the poltergeist and the haunting and the I hate to use the word evil and good, but you know, it is all about choice. Mm-hmm. So if we know that, if you're a Pisces and you know that a certain choice you make or relationship abuse that you allow to take place, if you're the abuser or if you're being abused, if you're self-abusing or allowing someone, and you know in your heart and your spirit if something's not right. So instead of suppressing, as Pisces and Libra can do, remember it's a full moon in Libra eclipse, and it was a solar supermoon eclipse in Pisces. Each of us, so I just want to finish with this, each of us, regardless of our sign, we have two themes operating in our sandwich, and we're in the middle of this. Thankfully, we have Pisces saying, question yourself. Are you being abusive to that person or that situation? Are you being lazy? Laziness and not doing your part in a team project at work, laziness is a form of abusiveness.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not doing what you need to do, you're creating more work for other people. If you're over procrastinating, it can be a shadow of Pisces, then someone else has got to carry your load or you're adding stress onto them. That's a soft form of abuse. Okay? If you're being self-entitled, the opposite of Libra, if you're expecting everybody to show up and you only like them if they agree with you or if they're only politically correct, if they agree with you or your candidate or your religion or whatever, that's elitist, and that's not being fair and balanced at all.
No.
So each of us, if you want to look in your charts or have an astrologer like myself help you understand it, because the reason I'm a star shaman is anybody can go out there and get an astrology book or find an astrologer online, tell you about this planet and that planet. Here's the art. Here's the art and the magic of astrology. And I've done it for 3 decades. And what I found that works for people and clients is to take those star stories and bring heaven to earth. Let me talk to you in a down-to-earth way. Yes. About your chart. Trust me, you could care less if Uranus is squaring Saturn. Does that do anything for you? No. But if I tell you that Libra energy is, do your part, be a part of the team of life and of love, call upon your archangels. It's a time to be soft with ourselves and to grant that to other people. The eclipses are in Libra and Pisces. Yeah. So be the soft song, uplift other people, be in service. That's a lot better than me giving you a lot of $100 planetary jargon.
That's the truth. And remember, folks, Mary can be found at marydusina.com. And if you're on Facebook, it's Cosmic Cowgirl, which I love that. Cosmic Cowgirl. And Mary can do your chart for you. Anything that you're interested in, speak with Mary. Most definitely. Mary, thank you so much. This has been wonderful.
Thank you, Universal Connection Radio. I'm so grateful from my heart and my spirit that the frequencies go out there and we can touch you. If you're sitting in any type of disappointment or fear, remember, keep looking up.
That's right. Beautiful. Absolutely. We will see you next month, Mary.
Thank you.
Yes, of course, always. And to our listeners, remember, stay tuned to the frequency. And you know that frequency when you're on it. It feels good. It's right. Much love, and we will see you soon. Universal Connection Radio. Bye for now.